Good afternoon. My name is John Jones. I'm the Community Services Director for the City of Torrance. And make sure those that are ready to find their seats, there's some seats still available. Those that want to stand, you can stand. But let's take a seat because we're going to get this program started. You want the AC up? All right. This is a very special occasion for the city as we dedicate and celebrate our very first inductees onto the City of Torrance Youth Sports Wall of Honor here at the Dee Hardison Sports Center. And at this time, to get us going into the introductions, I'd like to request, well, before that, we're going to do a little flag salute. I'd like to request Commissioner Todd Hayes to come forward and lead us in the flag salute.
Well, I think everybody knows the routine. Right hand over the heart, and ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you, Commissioner Hayes. I'd now like to invite our Honorable work with me. Our Honorable Mayor, Frank Scotto, to come forward for remarks and introductions. Your Honor, work with me.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Obviously, I'm Mayor Frank Scott. On behalf of my colleagues in the Torrance City Council and the City of Torrance, I'd like to welcome all of you to the Youth Sports Wall of Honor dedication and induction ceremony that we're going to have in a few minutes. I'd also like to welcome my colleagues on the Torrance City Council. Let's give a round of applause for Jean Barnett. Tom Brewer. Pat Fury. Bill Sutherland. Cliff Newmark. Our City Clerk, Sue Herbers. Past Mayor, Dee Hardison. First of all, it's great to see so many of you here today. I'm really glad that all of you decided to come. Today is especially exciting for me. As a lot of you know, or you may know, that youth sports is a big part of my life. And for the last 35 years, I've been a coach, referee, and everything. Everything from AYSO to Little League. And so today is really special in the sense that we're here to honor people that have done exceptional job in their sports. And now, you know, I know that some of you probably don't know, but when I first became mayor, this was a goal of mine. It takes time sometimes to get to a place we are today. I'm not criticizing. John's going to come and say, gee, Mayor, why'd you do that to me? But, you know, this is one of the very first things that I wanted to do for our youth, because I think that going forward, when these kids grow up and they have children of their own, they can come back here and say, that plaque's because I earned it. Right there. And it's really a great thing that we're able to do this for our youth of our community. So it's really been one of those things that I want to always enhance the youth of our community, give them better facilities to play at. And you know, it's important to all of us. As parents, we look back to these times and we realize that, you know, winning may seem to be everything, but that journey to that final game is really important too. And let me tell you right now, you may not realize this, and the kids in the room may not realize this, but the memory of those games are going to be critically important to you as you grow older. It's not going to be the fact that you won or lost that last game. Sure, that's important. Of course, we all want to win that last game. I've been very fortunate to be there myself many times. But that journey to the last game is really important. Those friendships that you've made on the way with other teammates. The parents are going to say that about the people they met on those teams. A bunch of strangers came together, and now they're friends. And you know, and I have friends from, I hate to tell you, back in the 70s, they were on teams that I was coaching on, and it truly means a lot. I can go into the grocery market, and I can see some of those kids that I coached, or the parents who are on those teams. And I wouldn't have known those people if it wasn't for that experience on that team. So yes, it was important to win, but I want to make sure you understand it isn't everything that's important about that experience. And so you guys are very fortunate to have this opportunity. One, to have children that want to play. Two, the fact that they excelled to this point that you're at today. So I commend all of you. The City of Torrance Youth Sports Wall of Honor will recognize, there's going to be a recognition program that is dedicated to honoring the rich history of the City of Torrance youth sports athletes. So futuristically, we're going to have teams that hopefully will attain the level that you've attained and want to be on that wall. This recognition will be a permanent reminder to those who brought honor to the City of Torrance through youth sports, and will continue to highlight the city's continuing mission to enrich the community through people, programs, and partnerships. Today, we recognize 4 teams that have brought honor and fame to the City of Torrance by achieving a significant team sport accomplishment within the City of Torrance. I'm proud to say that each of these teams have achieved success on the state, national, and international level. Mike Stapleton, a former professional football player and a current assistant head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, once said, "Do you know what my favorite part of the game is? The opportunity to play." And that means a lot, guys. I mean, think about it. Sure, we all want to win. I'm not discounting the fact of winning, but it's the fact you have the opportunity to play the game that's really important. So today, once again, I want to remind Torrance that Torrance is a great place to live, to work, and of course, play. And before I step aside, I'd like to thank John Jones, this Community Services Department, for their hard work and dedication to getting this product to where we are today, because it's been a long journey. So John, thank you. Let's give John a round of applause. So with that, let's go on with the show.
Thank you, sir. Well done. Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to invite the chairperson of the Parks and Recreation Commission, Hazel Taniguchi, to come forward for remarks and introduction of the commissioners. Chairperson.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're very happy to see all of you here today. This is going to be a very special event. A lot of time and hard work has gone into this project, and I'd like to recognize our Parks and Recreation Commissioners who are present today. I'll introduce them. Commissioner Robert Baxter. Commissioner Carrie Gilbert. Commissioner Karen Greenberg. Commissioner Todd Hayes. And Commissioner Michael Ning is not present, but he is also on the commission. And we have a vice chair of the commission, Dean Maeda, who could not be here today. So 7 of us are on the Parks and Rec Commission, and we were the commission responsible for working on this project. On September 12th, 2006, the City Council recognized the Torrance Babe Ruth baseball team for winning the 2006 World Series tournament. At the same meeting, the City Council recommended that the Parks and Recreation Commission develop a Youth Sports Wall of Honor recognition program for Torrance youth athletes and teams. In October of the same year, the Parks and Recreation Commission identified that this assignment should, first of all, establish the Youth Sports Wall of Honor recognition program concept. Number 2, determine the eligibility criteria. Number 3, identify a location for placement of the Wall of Honor. And lastly, to develop approximate construction costs for implementation. Once the Parks and Recreation Commission approved the project requirements, they requested that the Torrance Babe Ruth baseball team be the charter recipient. And at this point, I'd like to invite 2 members of our commission that I neglected to do so earlier, Robert Baxter and Todd Hayes, who are part of the 2 committees that worked on this project. And I'd now like to call on Commissioner Robert Baxter to continue the background information. He represents the Facilities Committee.
Thank you. Thank you, Hazel.
The City Council approved the Torrance Youth Sports Wall of Honor recognition program on January 15th, 2008. With the approval of the city strategic plan in May 2010, funding was identified and staff initiated the design and construction process. Staff entered into a contract with Reuter and Reuter Architects to design and develop construction documents for the project. Dean Reuter contracted with Mr. Jim Leonard at Magnum Construction to build the Wall of Honor. Construction started in November 2011 and concluded in December the same year.
And here is Commissioner Todd Hayes, who represents the Programs Committee, to tell you more.
Many committees. In the meantime, the Programs Committee of the Parks and Recreation Commission met to review all of the applications that had been submitted. They scored each of the applications to determine if the applicants met the criteria, to be recognized on the Youth Sports Wall of Honor. In this review, the committee evaluated all of the applications that had been submitted and recommended the approval of 4 of the 5 youth organizations. With Youth Sports Wall of Honor complete and the approval of the 4 youth sports teams to receive the honor, staff then worked with each of the teams to coordinate this special dedication and induction that we're celebrating today.
So, lastly, I'd like to personally thank the Facilities Committee for their hard work in the development of the criteria, location, and cost estimates, and the Programs Committee for reviewing each application to see if applicants met the very specific and unique criteria in order to be recognized on the City of Torrance's Youth Sports Wall of Honor. Thank you very much.